Hello there everyone, this is Mark3 and welcome back to the one and only giant stompy robot simulator. By which I mean, of course, Mechwarrior Online. Yes, truly this is the greatest of its kind and the only one that exists in the... Oh, what do you mean there's others? Iron Brigade counts, Mechwarrior 5, Living Legends... That one game where you call in Titans that I forget the name of? Titanfall? Yeah, Titanfall. Interesting, there's other robot games out there. No! Mechwarrior Online is the one, the only, the true one! If you believe that is not the case, then fight me. Or don't. That's perfectly fine, yes. Nah. Mechwarrior Online is its own thing. And there are other good games too. But yes. To be honest, it just feels kind of nostalgic to be recording one of these again. But yeah, Mechwarrior Online. And it has been quite a while, hasn't it? Maybe a year or so since I last recorded this? Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm going to be following roughly the same pattern as I did in the old videos, which is I will show you a mech, and then I'll show you two matches, win or lose. And if the matches are over too quickly, I will show you a third match. Normally I will blather incoherently after the drop-in, before we get into the actual engagement itself on the missions, and all that good stuff. But for today, I'm taking out a mech that is not mine. You can probably tell by the green paint scheme. This is a trial mech. It's only a bloomin' Marauder. Very tasty. And just to prove it, no, I didn't want the mech lab, I wanted the select mech screen. Okay, right, here we go. Right, so, yeah, that's my stable, trial, there we go, yeah, here we go, trial, Marauder. And, yeah, I don't actually own a Marauder. It's one of my sins as a Mechwarrior pilot, I guess, but, yeah, I don't actually own one. So, Marauder. This one is the Marauder 9M variant. It's equipped with 5 small lasers, 2 MRM-30s, and it is capable of a top speed of 60. I was just browsing the stats trying to find that. Let's go into the loadout and see how things actually set up. Not too bad. Ammo in the side torsos, sure, but that'll get spent first by the MRM launchers themselves. Then there's another 4 tons in the legs, there's a Guardian ECM in the middle, 5 small lasers as a backup weaponry for close range stuff. Got to remember that they are not ER lasers, they are small lasers. So, yeah, there we go. And missed opportunity, it has an AMS hardpoint, but is not actually fitted out with an AMS system. But it's got decent heat management at 155. And yeah, speed 60.5, so it's on the slow side for a heavy mech, but it is still got decent speed. Other thing of note is a standard engine, so if this mech is knocked out on left and right torso, it will not go down. So it's perfectly capable of zombieing, though in that case it's only got an ECM and a small laser, which is still pretty decent. Yeah. I also kind of want to... I'll go ahead and preface this by saying I didn't want to introduce any bias on this in the start by going, hey, look, this is a trial mech. By the way, it's using weapon systems that I really like, because anyone who's watched me old videos probably knows that I grew a love of MRM launchers back then. Small lasers were never really my thing. I didn't really see the value of them for a very long time, but MRMs, as soon as they came out, I kind of leapt on them and didn't look back, so yeah, MRMs. But honestly, I picked this mech as a trial for this particular video because honestly, I think it's more of a more fair representation of the kind of ways this game can go compared to the other trial mechs, which are more specialized and or slower and or stuff that I am really bad at using. So I guess let's go ahead and have a look over the other trial mechs. The other heavy is an Archer. I do have an Archer fitted for MRMs, if you recall, but this one has 3 LOM5s and 5 small lasers. Not too bad. It's where's its speed stats again? I keep losing track of that thing. Speed? Max engine... There it is, top right. 64. So this thing is faster than this Marauder. but I didn't want to bring in a Lerma because LRM play is kind of a more specialised kind of play style in this game. So it's not for everyone. People tend to use other weapons. LRM boats are definitely on the rarer side of the scale and are a different playstyle compared to most of the other types. So yeah, a direct mid-short range assault unit versus a long-range missile boat. Medium mechs, well, this one is a dervish with 4 SRM6s. I am terrible with SRMs. I never really got on with SRMs, even though they are basically a missile shotgun style weapon. It's just like, I've never really got good with them, so I wouldn't do too well with that. Mid-pulse lasers, again, one I don't tend to use that much. I tried them early on before I actually really settled into the groove with this game, but this is like a close-range skirmish / flanker, which is not my preferred playstyle. If I get in close, I tend to get swatted a lot. That's why I tend to play heavy or assault class. They play better into my preferred strengths of approach. Mediums and lights tend to be a bit hit or miss depending on how I fit them out. Speaking of lights, we've got a flea with 7 small lasers. If I played that, I would die so fast. I'm not confident in that at all. The javelin, medium range supporting unit, 7 medium lasers, but it's still a light chassis, and I'm guessing it would probably have some heat issues. I'm just wondering if the heat stat is actually mentioned on here. Heat management? No, it doesn't actually tell me the heat management rating of that particular trial mech on just the info card. Let's click it up. Yeah, switch. 1.31, so it's just about the tolerable level, but it could overheat itself pretty quick. So yeah, let's get back into our Marauder. Yes. And last up, the assault mechs, of course. We've got 2 mechs which have 2 different problems. The Annihilator. Anyone who's watched my old content knows I like the Annihilator. I bought the entire Annihilator pack when it first came out, after all. So, you know, it's a nice, big, beefy 100-tonner. In this case, 3 AC-10s, 3 light PPCs, so it's got decent mid-range punch and a buttload of armour. But it's only a 48.6 speed, so I don't want to pick this one because it's actually very sluggish. Though that said, this one is only like 10 kilometers an hour faster, but yeah, the Annihilator is such a big target, it feels very different to play that, and I didn't want to take something that's such a huge priority target. The Cyclops, I've never really played with that mech in this game, but in this case the trial mech is one I will not touch because SRMs. 3 SRM2s, 4 SRM6s. I'd be trying to get close to use the SRMs and I'd get blown to bits doing it, so not my specialty that. So the most reasonable generic mid-range combat type from the trial mechs happened to be a Marauder this time out, which is a great mech, very good, very flexible, and just happens to have one of my favourite weapon systems on it, but honestly I think it's just the best representation of the game versus all the other trial mechs on offer at this time. So yeah, that's my waffling on in the initial mech loadout settings, I guess. Took longer than usual, or longer than it used to, sorry about that, but I was touching on other trial mechs as well. Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's go on with the first match. Come on, Mark 3, stop looking at robot porn, we've got combat to engage in. Roll on match number 1.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way. We've captured resource point Sigma. They have resource point Gamma.
What map is this? Okay. Apparently we got dropped right on a capture point, and most of the force is going this way, so that's why I'm heading this way, including my fellow Atlas, right? But right, match number 1. We're in a place called Emerald Vale, I think it was. The game mode is capture the points. Sorry, resource capture. I forget the exact name of it. Unfortunately, I was distracted while the title card loading screen was up, so yeah. But Emerald Vale. Fun little tidbit about this game. For a while it was on life support, it wasn't being developed at all. And then people started coming back to it from Mechwarrior 5, I think it was what happened. And so they actually started to see a renewal in activity, so they started to actually do things for it. Like they've added some new maps, they're releasing new mechs again. So yeah, this game is back on the rise again. Let's head this way, I guess. Looks like this map has some open sightlines. Well, also it's got some crowded spaces, which is great for me.
Acquired.
Arctic Wolf, so the lights are skirmishing over that way. But yeah, anyway, moving on. First ramble part is why Mechwarrior Online? Why am I bringing this game back after so long? And that's because of Jaxia and Nilkari, actually. Oops. What is that? That is a Nova. Clan Medium, I think. It looks like there's a massive fire line going on over there. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but oh well, details. Right, basically talking with them a little bit, and they reminded me of the game's existence. I only installed it because it was too big, taking too much hard drive space up. And so I had to uninstall it for a while because my hard drive was struggling with the size of it.
Target spotted.
But Jaxia mentioned that the reason he got this game in the first place was because of my old videos on it. Nilkari had tried it. Well, he tried to install it, looked at the file size and said nope, basically. And then in the last week or so he installed it and he tried to play it, and it's like he felt like he didn't really contribute much to the match, so he gave up on it.
Enemy is at 25%.
I'm going to park myself by this mountain over here. I've not really gotten to much so far. So I figured, you know what, let's do a video on this, see how it goes, and maybe try with that. And I'll admit this is actually my second attempt at recording because the first time apparently my recording software bugged out and didn't catch my microphone. Mr. Arctic Wolf.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Okay, got a couple of solid hits on it.
New target.
Yep, and
acquired.
Zeal, medium. But yeah, in response to the whole didn't feel like it was doing much, honestly, sometimes this game just goes that way. Matches can feel a little slow, you're out of position, you don't happen to find targets, you know, that kind of good stuff. So the game can feel... Hello, Zeal. The game can very much feel like it's being very slow sometimes. That's just how it goes.
Keep it up.
Am I stuck? Nope, I'm not stuck. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I just got that. Oh, there we go. Right. Mr. Zeal, where are you? Ow. So yeah, I'll be honest, even though I've played this game so long, often I get match scores in the region of like 100 damage points offensively or so.
New target acquired.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
Warning.
Not sure what's hitting me there. That guy's almost dead, if only my ally wasn't in the way.
Target destroyed.
Never mind, ally got the kill, that's fine.
Point from them to stop the bleeding.
Warning. Incoming missile.
I am getting kind of battered, but that's okay. As long as you're trying to outplay the game. Who's learning me, darn it?
Target acquired.
Good, got him. Whew. What a bugger.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Okay, ally got him, but I got kill most damage dealt. I was really laying into him. But yeah, if you're walking around, okay, maybe. If you're in something sluggish, that can feel bad. As long as you're... If you're firing at weapons at enemies and actually trying to get stuff, fine. If you poke out around a corner and you suddenly get barraged by a whole bunch of enemies, hey, you're tying up the enemies. They know you're there. They're scared of you. They're trying to make sure you don't do nasty things. and so you're actually drawing their fire versus the rest of your team. If you die, look at your armor grid. See how much of it is cherry red, how much is internalized, that kind of thing. If your armor is like mine right now, then you've been eating up a lot of damage that your allies didn't have to eat up.
They're almost there. Stop them at all costs.
So, in that case, you are acting more as a meat shield, but you are still doing something at the very least. Oh, that Marauder is actually really badly damaged over. Let's see if I can finish him off.
Target destroyed.
Nope, but I helped. He got legs, poor guy. Oh, losing a leg in this game is rough. It slows you down so much. Even if you skill in to try and reduce the effects, it's still pretty bad.
We need to keep holding on to our resource points.
But yeah, sometimes this game just is slow. There is a bit of a learning curve to get into it. And that's even before you have to play to get enough credits to buy your own mech and start customizing your loadouts. So it can be rough starting out just on the trial mechs.
Acquired.
We're 8 to 8. Actually, this is even in terms of number of mechs. So I'll stick with my Atlas buddy here.
Is under enemy control.
They're taking Kappa. That is up on the mountain. Yeah, I'll stick near this guy, because if I get attacked by 4 mechs, I am going to die. Because in case you haven't noticed, my armor is completely ventilated at the moment. Center torso, left side. I've got some armor left on my right, but that's about it. I'm not sure where this Atlas is going. But if I run into anything with crit-seeking weaponry, like machine guns, I am going to get ventilated incredibly quick.
New target acquired.
What's he got? He's got medium lasers.
Critical. Left arm critical damage. Critical damage.
Override, get back up.
Critical damage.
Oh boy.
The enemy has capped enough.
Never mind.
resources.
They won.
Failed.
Dang. But I did do a fair bit there. I should have engaged my override earlier when I realised I was overloading, but I tend to run with it off because I don't want to try and fry myself most of the time. Oh wow, that was actually a really good game. 400 damage taken. That's most of my armour was stripped off. 818 damage dealt, so I was really laying into those Uziels. And some other mechs as well, so I did a ton of damage there. Not bad. That's a very respectable damage output actually, but I must stress, it's not normal to get damage levels that high. So yeah, look, most of these are 150, 200, 300, so about 300 to 400 is a good match. 1000, that is a spectacular match. There's a reason an achievement in this game is do over 1000 damage. It's very hard to do. So about in the range of about 3, 4, 500 is good. 1 to 200, you didn't manage to deal much damage, unfortunately. 800, very good. And it's just how it works out sometimes. But yeah, I think the main takeaway is, because the trial mechs aren't always representative of all the playstyles, try to play the game and just keep with it for a while. Don't give up after a few matches. See how it is. Though, of course, there's the fact this isn't actually an action game, it's actually a mech simulator game. That can throw people off sometimes. And as I said, sometimes it just feels like you're not contributing very much to the match at all. And that's just how it works out. Especially if you're just beginning with it. But anyway, enough blathering about that. Let's move on to the second match, because I'm very happy with how that first match went. It was actually a very, very good performance. I don't normally get damage numbers that high, I must admit. But the second match, I'll start off with an update on channel status, which is the other purpose behind this video. Just to get out there and explain what's been happening the last few weeks. So, come on Marauder, roll on match number 2.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Another map I'm not familiar with. Anyway, roll on match number 2. Welcome to Hibernal Rift. The first attempt I made at recording this video, I actually got 2 maps I knew, as it turned out, and then the second attempt at recording, I've had 2 maps that I don't know. So, yeah, not sure what to make of that one, but there we go. Hibernal Rift. Yeah, it's a bit like that Valley one, I think. We'll find out in a little bit, I guess. Also, we might have a disconnected ally over there. A roughneck. Oh no, he's moving. Okay, good. I'm not exactly familiar with this map. Anyway, yeah, match number 2. So, I said that the ramble this time around would be a channel update. So, we've got, I think I call it 2.5 reasons why things have been bad this last couple of weeks. I mean, sure, I've been getting out some Deep Rock Galactic. This last week I've been managing to get out some Iron Brigade, which was delayed due to problems with the previous recording, which we went back and fixed, and is releasing now that I actually got all the footage I needed for it. So that's all that. But the last couple of weeks. Main reason for low activity has been the fact that my meds got messed up again. So yeah, my pharmacy's been having a few issues. And because of that I was actually like kind of messed up mentally. I wasn't all there, it was like hard to focus, it's like, you know, all the fun bits and pieces. Let's head down this slope here. Ow, my legs! My beautiful legs! No! Oh well, whatever. But yeah, that's resolved itself. I'm back on enough meds, and I'm back to the whoa! Explosions. I'm back on the explosions, yes. I'm back on the meds, so I'm stable. Reason number 2 is my feet actually deteriorated in the last couple of weeks, so pain's been fun. Pain, my good old friend, I'm getting more acquainted with him again. I'd rather he stayed away, to be honest, but hey.
Target spotted.
And the I said 2.5. Right, the other half reason is warm weather's hit the UK, so unfortunately what seems to happen in summertime is I tend to get sleep more lightly. Enemies flanking in C4.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
Something over there, I think.
Need assistance.
Yep, there it is.
Target spotted.
Looks like our main force is just like moving around. The Warhawk's turned around. Or is it? No, that's not the night guy. That's a different mech. Warhawk.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
Okay, you know, this is not having too much trouble here. Right, let's move on. Oh, the Warhawk. The Warhawk got killed. The Warhawk got killed it. Let's turn. I don't want to go that way. Oop, almost.
Target acquired.
So yeah, the other half reason is summertime. I tend to have a habit of waking up at like 5 in the morning, no matter what I do, until I get too exhausted not to. But 5 o'clock wake up time combined with the fact I can't get to sleep until like, you know, 1 or 2 in the morning is actually extremely rough. Ow. Fine, you idiots. I've got to switch to heat vision mode. That was a bit high, but that's okay. Glancing
Target
hit.
destroyed. New target acquired.
Gotta remember, I've only got small lasers. What's that? A dire wolf that's way out of position. Sure, I'll lay into him if I can get close enough to it. Mr. Dire wolf, hello.
Target destroyed.
Goodbye. Oops. Ow.
Destroyed.
What the heck?
Heat sink destroyed. Torso critical damage. Torso destroyed.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Mr. Mauler. You are actually shredding me really badly. Oh. So yeah, lack of sleep, extremely elevated, low energy, all that jazz. Okay. So that's why the last couple of weeks, but I am doing a bit better now in regards to at least the drugs. So that's why I'm starting to try and get back into recording and doing stuff again. Going back to what I said in the first match, 232, okay amount of damage. Nothing special. I mean, for most of that I wasn't able to engage properly. Damage taken though, 410. I absorbed a lot of incoming fire and was distracting the enemy forces quite a lot. So, yeah, I absorbed a fair bit. And we are in the lead in terms of team. This is the guy that was traveling tool before me.
New target.
Yep.
Ultra autocannon ammo.
Yep, he spent all his ammo, but he's got a
New
kill.
target
There's only
acquired.
one enemy left, so this is basically a win now. That Viper is unlikely to pull off a comeback. So they're just trying to mob him. But yeah, what's coming up for the channel though?
Target spotted.
Dyson Sphere program second launch. No, I've not forgotten about that. Yes, I still plan to...
Ultra autocannon
Oh dear, machine guns. I still plan to release, or try to release the factories like someone asked for on the Discord. And admittedly that request is like about a month old at this point. But I'm still planning to do it.
destroyed.
Oh, this guy's going to die. Quite likely.
Damage. Right arm destroyed.
He's completely wrecked. What's this guy? This is a Vapor Eagle. Ooh, interesting cockpit. So yeah, Dyson Sphere program second launch. Transport Fever 2, because we got to play with the choo-choo trains, of course. Iron Brigade is going to finish its release run because I've got rid...
Good job, soldier.
Da, 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 da. Okay, right. I like the dramatic flair at the end of these missions. I don't think I've ever mentioned that, but it sounds very triumphant, even if you lose. But yeah, that was a decent match. 232. Kind of on the low end damage-wise, but I did absorb a fair bit of damage, and my match score was only 175, which is okay. Second... I think I'm the... No, yeah, second lowest in my team, I admit, but I wasn't able to engage for most of that match, so... In terms of a match feeling like you didn't contribute that much when you just play it, this is probably one of those. But yeah, moving on. Other videos, I'm going to be releasing the rest of Ruins of Tarsos, because I've got that sitting around. I've got Borderlands, which I'm going to try and start releasing as well, because I've still got a lot of footage for that. It's just that I've not been consistent in uploading it, so yeah, we'll get some more Borderlands shenanigans going on. But in terms of actual other content / new recording / stuff like that, yeah, feel free to hit me up if you have any requests or anything like that, old series you want to bring back, or something I might want to look into. Bear in mind though, my finances are still really bad and stretched, and honestly the situation in the UK is getting worse in that regard, so I'm very unlikely to entertain requests for new games that I don't already own, so keep that in mind. Money. Can't live with it, can't live without it. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I think that's actually everything in terms of channel update part, except I am sorry that things kind of went downhill this last couple of weeks. At least I managed to get some videos out, but not many, and not the ones I particularly wanted to get out, which was Dyson Sphere, Transport Fever. I just couldn't settle down to record, unfortunately. And that's what my mental state does to me when that gets messed up. So yeah. That's it. So, with that, we will end the video. There's more good stuff to come on the channel in the coming weeks. And so feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. Though, historically, whenever I've asked for any kind of feedback, it's often a case I don't actually get any. I get even less engagement than before. That's kind of odd, but it's what I've come to accept is my norm. If I try to talk to people, it just stops. It's weird. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark V. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I'll catch you all some other time, some other place, some other video. Maybe another stream. We haven't had a stream in a while, have we? Maybe some other stream. But yeah. See you all some other time. As I stare at this gloriously rendered robot. Robot porn. Yes. Nope, it's actually a shame I don't have a Marauder in my collection. Maybe I should change that. For the future. For the future.